Ha 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 ha. Happy Halloween and welcome back. It's EK and from EK Gorm Designs, and I am coming back with the third part of my four-part series where I couple up the Boo Babies and the Boo Baby the Boo Baby Monsters and the Boo Baby Brides. Today we are talking about Zombie Bride and her mummy. These were a fun couple to color because they really don't belong together, but they do because they're both undead. I started with the skin tones, and again, like all of my Boo Babies here, if you've seen the first two parts, you know that I'm trying to go with some different skin tones than normal because they're undead and they're monsters and they're not naturally, normal flesh tones. So for this one, I wanted a green, sickly undertone, but yet one that wasn't Frankenstein-like. So I pulled out these markers and definitely colored them in, trying to get that sickly death feel, but yet let, the zombie bride still be pretty, because one should be pretty on your wedding day, even if you're undead. For the flowers in her hair and the flowers on her dress, I actually wanted them to be kind of pretty, and I have a couple new markers to me, so I wanted to play with them more than anything. So I colored them in these red violet colors. And when you color flowers like this, they're so detailed. You can't see it here, but they're so detailed. There's no way to actually apply the shadow in a logical way. So I just kind of quickly splurted the color on and let it do its thing. For her hair, again, I'm going for that undead coloring. So I pulled out the E700 series because it seemed like a very logical undead color that's such a dirty brown. And like I said, I wanted her browns to be nice because it's her wedding day and one's hair should look, beautiful. So I kind of attacked it with these E700s. E70s. I pulled 4. Normally I color with a combination of 3, but in hair I'm discovering that a combination of 4 might actually be the way to do it. I probably should experiment more with browns from different families, but I wanted these colorings to be quick and simple. For my main man, the mummy, he needed to be an off-white with yet white undertones, so I pulled out the cool grays, and with really pale cool grays to get his undercolorings. I love this mummy. The mummy may be my favorite of the Boo Baby monsters because he's just cute. I mean, he really is. You can't see his eyes. He's kind of pudgy in the middle. I mean, what bride wouldn't like his mummy a little pudgy in the middle? No, I love the mummy. He's just super cute. I miss I will warn you, I miss the string of his wrappings coming off of him to the left. I catch it eventually, but it took a while. I had a really hard time this time deciding what color to make my zombie bride's dress. Because you don't want to go like fuchsia pink, because kind of seems out of place. But you don't want to go, you don't want to do another gray. I mean, there's so many grays in the Boo Babies that, I didn't want to do another gray. But then I remembered I have these blue-green markers that are so saturated, the blue-green 90s that are so saturated and dull, for lack of a better word, that they became the perfect coloring of a dress because it still has that kind of dingy, dirty feel without being dirty and dingy and giving the bride her loveliness on her wedding day. The underpinnings of the dress, the parts of the dress that you see on the underside, I went with much darker colors, using the same 3 markers I did on the outside of the dress, but I gave it significantly more shadows than I would, say, around her bust or her rib cage, because I wanted to definitely feel like light wasn't getting under there. So you'll see me using very little marker on the top, except for in the folds, and with the underpinning, I really laid the dark colors in. It's an interesting combination, these 3, the 90, 93, and 96, because they're vastly different colors. If you're playing around with markers, they're actually perfect because there's such a variation in the color. But I think she came out good. Actually, in the end, I think her leg bone needed to go darker. I never did go back and touch up her leg bone, but it could have actually gone a hint darker because of how cool the saturation with the dress came out. I don't know, coloring her dress in was a lot of fun. Finally, for this collection of cards, I added the shadows like I've been doing in all 3 parts. And if you haven't caught the previous parts, I'll make sure to link to them for you. But I definitely pulled out my neutral grays. It's my favorite combination of colors to make shadows. They're just perfect. Sorry about my head sneaking into it. It's the new mount, and I'm not quite certain how to keep my face out of it yet. I'm still learning the new mount. But I finished the card off by trimming the paper down and adding the yellow like I've done in the other ones. But I trimmed the paper down and I put some beautiful Halloween papers under it and kept the card really simple. Thanks for tuning in today. Thanks if you're new to the series, go catch up on the first 2, and a 4th part will be out shortly. Happy Halloween, everybody. Thanks for watching.